Hi. So it's been quite some time since I've made an update. Um, it's 1 a.m. here, so as you can see, I'm pretty exhausted. Little brief cap of how my day went. I went to bed early, so I woke up early, but my roommate had fallen asleep on our couch, which is not typical. So I didn't want to just get up and make breakfast and, disturb her. I wanted to let her sleep some. Come back upstairs and laid her on in bed until I couldn't stand it any longer and got up, came downstairs, made breakfast. My favorite, which is egg whites with mushrooms and spinach and goat cheese. So good. And then I sat and had breakfast at the kitchen table and read my history book for a while because, lucky me, spring quarter ended last week. Summer quarter started this week. So yes, I had half a week of break. I'm taking 2 online classes, a history class that is 1900s to current, and then an intro to world religion, which they're both going to be fine. I think the world religion will be really interesting, but they're both heavy, heavy reading classes, and there's an issue with my history class online stuff because I got registered under the wrong class, and now I need to get it fixed and all that type of stuff. So um, I spent today running errands for the most part. I have a bachelorette party to go to on Sunday, so I think this is super grainy. Why is my eyesight camera such horrible resolution? Anyway, I have a bachelorette party to go to on Saturday, and we're going to a couple vineyards to go wine tasting, and I think we're supposedly doing like over 20 wines total, so, me and my 1 to 2 glass limit will be far exceeded. I'm not driving though. Then we're coming back for dinner, and I got her a couple little things, like a candle and a mug, and I'm gonna get her some tea because I know she's super stressed out, and then a couple little like goofy things, typical bachelorette stuff, but nothing too racy because I don't roll that way. What else did I do today? Ran to Target, had to pick up random stuff, and um, I went for a bike ride. I recently, as in last week, started to cycle, and my bike is really crappy. Um, I got it for like $170 at Target a couple of years ago, and I thought it would be just fine. And it's not a bad bike, like as far as cheap bikes go, but it weighs about 40 pounds, and I am in the process of saving up money to get a nice road bike or cross or something, because I'd like to start commuting to work, which I plan to start doing on this bike. I just need to order the panniers, but I already have the rack that I just need to put on. I already adjusted my brakes some, and my seat to get a better angle. But yeah, I would like to start commuting to work. It's about 16 and a half miles round trip, so it's not bad. About 2 hours total. Um, I did 15 and a half today. I did 18 and a half the other day and 16 and a half the other day. And then like an 8 and a half the other day too. So, I mean, it's only been about a week. My rides are starting to feel a little bit stronger. So at times, like, they're not quite as strong. And I was going up the biggest incline on this ride that I'm doing, and it's not a big incline. It's just that the grade is steeper there than other places, and I was out of my saddle and I was climbing, and all of a sudden my gear changed on me, which made my pedal on my right side like fly to the bottom, and I almost ate shit. So I need to figure out how to remedy the situation because that is not cool. Like my gears constantly switching on me when I'm writing. Not cool. In other news, I feel like the only difference in my body right now, since I started kind of working out more again, are my boobs are getting smaller. But yeah, not necessarily like smaller and perkier, just smaller, just, the usual. I bought smaller underwear, so that was great. I know, so exciting. I lived such an exciting life, you guys. You have no idea. Um, what else? What else? I know, I look really tired. It's 1 in the morning, and I am enjoying a glass of wine. I'm trying to wind down and quiet my mind enough to, like, be able to go to sleep sometime in the near future, since I have to work at 8 tomorrow morning. The whole getting to bed at a decent time thing has been a struggle lately, but after I woke up and had breakfast and read for a while, I ended up giving up on going on a bike ride with my roommate and went back to bed. So then I finally got up around 11 or noon, and ran those errands and then did laundry and stuff, and then went for my ride. But this is kind of a big development. I started researching some support groups in the area because it's been a struggle lately, and talking to my roommate and one of my best friends, it was suggested that, like, Brianna, you need to do something. Like, this is not okay. Like, you gotta do something. Go see somebody, get help, whatever. So I started looking into support groups, and I actually found a treatment center in the area that I didn't know existed. I don't know how I passed it by. Um, they have Saturday morning groups and Saturday evening groups. Saturday evening groups, though, are EDAs, and I don't know how I feel about the whole 12-step thing. The Saturday morning ones are not EDAs, and they are led by a nutritionist or a dietitian who is on staff at that clinic and also at other programs in the area, and I really, really like her. She got her degree in, like, nutritional neuroscience or something like that, so she seems to be all about how food affects your body and how different foods affect your body differently, and that's really interesting to me, to be honest. So we are supposed to do a phone consultation here in the next week or so, and then go from there, but I will hopefully start working with her, which scares the crap out of me, but also makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing something. We'll see where this goes. Like, I know I've said this before, that I feel as I enter into any sort of treatment relationship, whether it's with a therapist or a nutritionist or seeing a doctor on a more regular basis, that behaviors intensify. And I also have noticed a direct correlation with the closer I am with God and the more time I'm spending with God and reading and praying, that the behaviors begin to intensify. And I don't know if this is like some sort of, those are the times in my life when there's the potential for me to have the most support, and that's why the behaviors intensify, is I'm going through stuff, and maybe God's, placing those people in my life so I can lean on them and be transparent with them and journey with them. I don't know, that, like, one of the major reasons that I've stayed away from finding a therapist in the past, few months since I dropped my last one, like the past, I don't know, 7 months, has been that last year when I started seeing her, things went horrible, and as we got into some more issues, like things started to spiral more and more, and then I was purging in plastic bags in my car in the middle of the night, and that's ridiculous and shameful and disgusting, and I never want to be there again, doing that again. And I don't know. Um, but I think the first step will be to see this dietitian and see what happens and see what she suggests. It might be suggested that I need some sort of treatment team and need to, see a therapist and a doctor on a regular basis, blah, blah, blah. But we'll see. I know that right now my biggest struggle is with cycling. I burn a lot of calories, and I need to somehow get those calories back into my body. I have weight to lose, and that's not a secret. But ideally, it would be done in a very slow, healthy manner. But what I'm finding is on the days that I bike, let's listen to today, for example. And if you think this is going to be triggering in any way, then stop watching right now, because it could be. And I don't want to trigger anybody. So I will mention numbers. So this is your cue to exit if you don't want to hear numbers. Okay? All right. So let's get my handy dandy little app up on my phone too that I track everything on. I'm anal like that. But I know that today, I'm sorry. Oh, move. Okay, there we go. I know that today for breakfast I had a half a cup of egg whites, half cup of mushrooms, 1 ounce of goat cheese, a cup of spinach, and I counted the spray that I used on the pan, and that was 152 calories. I had just mango. I had 3 pieces of that, and I had an iced skinny vanilla latte. And then later than that, I had a Mojo peanut, one of those peanut pretzel Cliff Bars. That was right before my bike ride, and that was 190 calories. And I need to get rid of this one because that didn't exist. So that put me at 542, but then I did have dinner, so let's add dinner in. I had spinach, because I love me some raw spinach, love raw spinach, and I had tuna. This is what I do. I go in and I enter in everything, because I can't not. Tuna in water. Where you at? Bear with me. It's probably going to be the most boring YouTube video you've watched for quite some time. So, if there's an award for that, I'd like to have it, please. Okay. Yes, that was what I had. Okay. So tuna, we got that. Spinach, we got that. I had goat cheese in my dinner too. Can you tell how much I love goat cheese? Oh my gosh. And I had mushrooms in my dinner. and